Hey, how are you guys doing today? So, we're going to be back on Cyrene. And so, a lot of you guys might know I've been preparing for Cyrene for a little bit of time now. And so, I've been on Cyrene before. I'm going to let you know Cyrene happens to be one heck of a planet. Right off the bat, we're going to be making sure to take full utilization of this weapon fabrication and the mining lines while we're here. These are absolutely important, just in case you were wondering. Not sure who is humming right there, but we do want to help them. We're going to help them do this Edcart Dyer. That's going to give us manufacture weapons skill. You can collect this every day. The other one we're going to be doing that I already have in hand is the tailoring mission. Both of them are collected from him. They're mining missions collected from him. Absolutely easy to rack up some points every day. Now, most of the planets, their skill missions are these giant missions where you craft just a crap load of something and you get a good chunk. These are small, just do it one time and get some points type missions. And so they're kind of nice. Manufacture weapons is a really hard skill to get outside of that. If you look, this Eckhart Dyer S1 is pretty not complex to make. Of course, we failed on that one, but I mean, it's a simple amount of stuff. These you can get off of several creatures. We just got our success there. Now, for the tailoring mission, what we're going to end up doing is this pattern shirt. If you look at Dyer flaxen, animal hide, I believe at one point this actually was wool, but I mean, I'm not going to guess at that. Now, we don't actually care about the clothing itself, to be honest, but we do care about the tailor skill associated with the clothing. And an extra blueprint is nice. What do we get? Shoes. So I'm going to let you know, I already had the Imperium. I'll show you. And then we'll get on to the EP1 run too. So I already had this Imperium Noble shirt, in which that is very fancy. I think we can agree. Look at this though. Now we have these two. And so let's look at this. See, they have the same statement. Okay, so see, I'm not really sure what they're talking about with this aura effect stuff on this stuff. But you see what I'm saying? And so I don't know. Maybe over the course of the time, we try to get this full Imperium outfit. And I think that might be a good idea. Okay, so let's go collect real quick so that we're not just kind of talking about it. Now watch this. And we've got our 12 point something points of tailoring skill, which is like 6 pack, I think is what it is. And of course, we have a higher skill in weapons manufacturing. And so those are two skills a lot of people are always interested in. Oh, we made 36 level as a short blade engineer today, guys. That's kind of good. So let's look at things to come. And I'll grab up this. I do want to let you know that we came very much prepared for doing some serious crafting. 30 ped is 1.5k in clicks on this. I do want to show you that not only did I come to do the crafting that's our normal stuff, but we're going to be working these weapon widgets and the technos all the way up. So this techno gizmo, I'm going to take that all the way up. And so we're going to try to spawn some serious hardcore new blueprints on purpose. So for the purposes of this, just like all my blueprint runs, and by the way, 1500 clicky clicks is about 2 hours. I'm going to have this set up so you can see the exact number in monetary value and in everything else of the skills we get and of the pet value and stuff that we're getting too. Real quick, I'm gonna put this right there. Boom, it's a trillion. So any blueprint we get, I'm gonna discuss. They're gonna appear right here. I'm gonna have this up. This kind of keeps track of some stuff, but it's not great. Skill wise, we're absolutely qualified to do an EP1. This guy is a level 46 mechanical engineer, and this is a quality 100 EP blueprint. So we'd expect, because I don't have industrialists, to lose about 5% in all honesty. We could come out ahead, but we're more interested in seeing what blueprints we generate while on Planet Cyrene. So like always, I'm going to make my face disappear so I'm not just sitting here awkwardly, but I will be sitting here. And wish me good luck. Let's hope for good things. I'm going to get this going. By the way, also, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And I really am looking to gain some super strong power and some good blueprints while we're here on Cyrene. So let's really hope big things. We won't have anything massive happen today on the CP1, but we will see some blueprint pops. I'm telling you, this is not the most impressive start I've ever had. Just as a heads up. Let's hope this goes, but it's way early, so let's not be too judgy either. Okay, so at least we finally got a blueprint. I'm gonna say I was actually starting to be like some stuff, and that's a pretty good hit. So welding wire is actually not really valuable anymore. It has floated higher than it was floating right down here. So for a second, honestly, this crap right here, I don't even blueprints are in that zone. I'm gonna be honest. I'm highly likely to just TT that crap. Or save it for somebody I like that I know, because I know people that run this stuff. And so, I'm going to tell you what, though, they've added novel vials to welding wire since I last ran a run. I've never had to have novel vials. So it's been a second since I've run some. But, what can you say? So I wouldn't dare to guess how this is actually going at this point. Boom, we did get another blueprint. That's a trade terminal one though. I always throw those to trade terminal. Unless somebody specifically says, hey, I'm like right here and I could really use that. That's not really something you can do anything with. I mean, uh, if you don't have one, you will want it. But relatively, there's a lot of people that make those and put them into the auction house. You can usually find them at a relatively good cost compared to what you'd spend in production. Um, and so it's just not the highest demand blueprint. Goes into a ton of stuff though. For a second though, man, I was thinking, are they even gonna give us some blueprints this time? So let's see. We're about 1/6 of the way there. We've got 2 kicks from blueprints at this point. So that's not horrible. We might do well at this. Who knows? Let's hope it goes well. so basic bearings, honestly, on most planets, that's not when I get a ton, but I believe on Calypso I do get this a lot. I would almost bet that this is not a good one to do anything but TT. So I'll be TTing these two at this point. Okay, so that has some value. I actually don't remember what we use this for, but I'm probably a million percent gonna run a run of these. We should probably grab a grip of these. I wonder what these pop. I'm not sure what these pop, but we'll try to get one of these ran out too. And so I don't know how long it'll take me to get enough of them for a run, but robot component residue is not hard to get. And that's the only thing we're looking at as a cost into them. And so that's likely to be a run later on too, just so you guys know. We're gonna run so many freaking blueprints on Cyrene, not even funny. This is gonna be a serious squat down on this planet. Do some serious hunting, some serious crafting, some serious blueprint generating. The Cyrene is not to be joked about. It is a planet of power for sure. It's not that effective for people that are brand new and don't have anything to synergize off of. Actually, that's not true. It's highly effective, period. You just really have to know what you're doing and what you're after on Cyrene. But Cyrene is epic, flat out. Okay, so at this point, we're almost one third of the way through. Here's what we have for blueprints. We've got a reasonable amount of welding wire. Honestly, this is the issue. I believe I'm going to keep all this crap right here because I believe I'm going to run a run of these. Literally, if you look at this, the only thing we need for these is robot component residue, right? So, because we might get these on the EP2 runs and stuff like that, we'll see how many we end up with long term. Because I'm going to be on Cyrene for a while at this point. Let's just be honest. We'll do the daily every day, and probably about most of the streams from here on out are going to be of a different blueprint. I brought stuff for a lot of runs, and so super psyched. Let's try to pop as much Cyrene technology as possible. So this is just junk. This is just junk, just so you guys know. The only thing right now of value is this stuff right here. This will get through. We have 2/3 left. So let's hope we get that many more pops, right? That would be a whole 8 more blueprint pops. That's significant. That could be a lot of this. I actually don't really want to know what a large run of this would look like. Yeah, we'll be watching for that. Actually, I might even buy that out. It would be good to run a 1500 run, right? I mean, I might have to check what the costs are going to be, but I think we're going to be doing a 1500 run of that even. So I'm going to let this go back to clicky clicking. Okay, so we're finally over the halfway point. Nothing's really changed blueprint-wise, so let's hope that we kick some butt again. It looks like we get a little surge, and then, nothing. Which is kind of sad. So, what can you do? Let's just hope, cross fingers and such. So this is actually a pretty good outcome right there, right? I would say that's 50 something worth of, well, 60 something, 61 worth of clicky clicks. No, I lied there. 56 clicky clicks worth. That's what that is. Okay, so we're closing in on the two-thirds point. I'm going to tell you, almost all the really strong anything that we had happen blueprint wise at least, was in the early part. So, this has not been super impressive blueprint production, but we always have, another 500 something clicky clicks, so let's hope that definitely flips up. I've honestly never really loved the EP1 though. I think the EP1 just doesn't perform well at all. I like the EP2 way better, especially for even skilling missions and stuff. I feel I have way stronger return, and when I do get something substantial, it has a chance of being not inconsequential, basically. And officially, we have 500 clicky clicks left. And so let's hope that the last 500 clicky clicks, something good happens. Who knows? But definitely would like to get some more blueprints. But at minimum, we'll have the EP1 knocked out. We're almost down to 250 or 250 clickies. So honestly, it's almost wrapped up. Not impressed with the EP1 blueprint production. EP1 is not my favorite blueprint to run, and so I am super looking forward to moving on to the other blueprints that I trust a little more for giving us some value, to be honest. Okay, so that's another basic bearing. That's actually a disappointment. So that's tray terminal. It's okay. It's not a bad like overall run so far. It just the blueprint production has not been impressive, and they're not consistently the ones I would prefer to be getting, honestly. What can you do? Okay, so we got 150 something clickies left. Boom. We're at 150. Sorry about that. So the cool thing we got during this whole session, right? Definitely wrong book. Sorry guys. Cool thing we got this session, which I'm really curious about. How many noble items are there? Imperium. So we have the noble um shoes. And so we need noble pants left, right? And a whole bunch of other crap, you guys. Okay. So I'm missing these two, obviously. I didn't realize that. We'll probably get those in some runs. Overall, I don't know what all we're missing. A bunch of stuff on this planet. So, there should be some really good runs at least. I don't know. I really would like to get some Imperium stuff. Look at this. Honestly, thought I already had this cube stuff. Just curious what else. I, for some reason, did not realize this Athena Finder was a Cyrene type thing at all. Excellent tool. The things you notice, right? So now we're counting down. I think we're good. Kicking some butt. I'm not sure if we're up or down, but we put 30 pet in exactly, so that's like very insignificant, honestly. So, the thing is, I didn't get anything mind blowing. I will keep these. That looks like something I would actually like to run, mostly because the simplicity of it. It's literally a one ingredient thing, you know? That's pretty ridiculous. And outside of that, I'd like to see what it actually pops. Everything else was just so far. We have 100 clicky clicks left right now, right? And so that could change any second. I sat here eating way too much candy. I was sitting here looking at one of these, and then I decided I didn't probably need another one of them because they are delicious, but probably not the most. Like, how many do you need to eat of those before it's cut yourself off? That's where I'm at. I'm cutting myself off, even though the temptation's still there. So I'm moving away from myself even. Impulse control. I'm gonna be honest, this last 100's taken forever. Now we're at least at last 80, but I always feel the last 100 is just like a very slow, grueling process, to be honest. I told you this last 100 feels like it's forever, right? Yeah, that's how I feel every time. It's so brute. Okay, so we're right at the tail end, right? And so this is not bad at all. I am kind of curious if we're up or down. I am disappointed in the output of blueprints, but in all honesty, I'm not really a consistency of being impressed with the EP1 at all, to be quite frank. I think like, and I know different people go for different blueprints, um, but I really don't use the EPs as much for blueprint running as for skill running, like Monria and Tulin and stuff like that, you know. And for when I'm actually making EPs to go use explosive projectiles. And so, and when I do, I predominantly use the 2 because it has the best outcome for me. And I've popped way more recyclers with it than with the 1 for sure. And I think the 3 and the 4 are ridiculously expensive, so I don't even have them. I do think they kick butt. I just think they're ridiculously expensive to run big runs of. And so, and I have never ran a 5 at all. I don't even. EP5 sounds pretty up there on the posh level for me. So we are really so close. And then I'll also show you one of like the things that I think is one of the most epic parts of Cyrene. And I know it's going to sound silly to a lot of you, but if you're new, it's not. It's going to be a ridiculously cool thing because there's not really a lot of mobs that you can go and sweat and get dodge. And in all honesty, I really wish somebody would put a mob in that I could set there sweating and collecting defensive jamming skill from, like a psionic, reasonably low level one. You know what I mean? With about 300 HP sweat collection. That's only being like every little bit. I'm telling you, people would be on that mob. Like they'd just be on it all day. Because jamming skill's so valuable. Just so. I mean, not for normal people, but if you're going to PvP and stuff. Because not enough mobs are actually using psychic powers, which they should be. Okay, so the moment of truth. Let's see if we recovered 30 ped. Do you guys think it happened? I actually don't. No, so we're down 1.5 ped out of 30 ped, which is honestly not very much at all. I think what is that, a half a percent or some crap like that? Or maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna guess at it right this second. Obviously nothing very impressive. Um, that's kind of a bummer. Those are all trade terminal crap. This, we need a bunch of these. So I'm gonna be honest. Look at this. The only thing this is going to require us to have is a bunch of this robot component residue, right? It is a metal engineering 0 type blueprint. So it's easy as crap to run. And so if we can get enough of those, I would like to run it. The other one that you guys know will be running is well, basically everything that you can imagine. We're going to run a whole bunch of techno gizmos, some weapon runs, some of this stuff. I brought some good textures to do some runs, find out what we can pop. I already actually do have some of the domestic textures for this planet. So that's going to be a good deal. Honestly, that's going to be an epic deal. And then this is where it's going to be important. I'm going to be running the Techno Gizmos, and I've already brought and bought and manufactured a crapload of widgets. The goal is I would like to pop a tier 3, 4, or 5 Cyrenian based weapon blueprint that would have long term. Today, just on doing the daily mission, we ended up with that pretty pimpin' Imperial Noble shoes blueprint. Here's what I'm going to ask you guys. What do you think they're alluding at in this stuff, right? So these Imperial Noble clothes, they require you to use a basic targeting chip. So that's not a little deal. That's a big deal. I have one. I mean, we could check. I'm not going to run one until we have a bunch. So I'm going to be having to hunt a bunch of robots, just so you guys know. So these microchips inside of these clothes supposedly do this. Is that just a descriptor conversation inside of it? Or if we can get a full set of this Imperium Noble clothing, which I don't think is that many pieces, does it actually have an effect, right? That's what I'm asking, because this microchip stuff, and because this is not cheap. This is going to be an expensive blueprint to clicky click. So during our duration here, for sure, I'm going to be getting that for us. So every day, even when I'm not streaming, I'm going to be collecting this daily over here. Period. Every day. So this is the manufacturer weapons daily giver and the tailoring daily giver. And honestly, you can get an armor mission from him and some other stuff too. But I'm focusing on what I do, and so that's not what we're doing. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to show you this because I think this is absolutely important. If you're on Planet Cyrene, a lot of the people you're going to notice are sweating up here, right? And that works. I'm going to zap over here. This is a teleporter chip too. Absolutely impressive thing, right? I mean, not me having it, just as a useful thing, they're impressive. So let me show you where we are. You're going to notice everybody's going to be always sweating the little baby panelians right there. Those are great. Those are easy to sweat and stuff like that. And those will build your evade skill, right? But everybody has evade skill, and almost everybody in this game uses shooters and stuff like that. Um, and robots and stuff like that, if you're going to hunt later on, they use shooters too. So when I'm in an AFK sweat and have coffee or just chill, and I landed just the other day and we already have a good amount of sweat on me. These have 5 stamina. I think they have about 80 life or something like that, maybe 50, 50, 80 life. And I'm not really exactly sure right off the bat. But literally, you can come in here. Now, you have to make sure that there's not a level 8. And you do want to have a ring that's giving you some regeneration. So I have regeneration going on. Let's look. But not big time. I mean, I have the cheap little, hey, every noob has it. So as soon as these guys start shooting at you, you can just take him over here. So here's the deal. If I'm killing these guys, um, and notice how it's dodge skill. It's going to be dodge skill. I'm going to shoot him. But say I don't want to kill him, right? Say I drain him dry. And you can easily just sit here and AFK. These guys have a considerable amount of sweat on them for being able to solo AFK him, right? So say I'm bored with him. I'm done. He's out of sweat. I can legit just run him down here and notice I'm not using anything. So this is going to be all free. And I shoot them most of the time, obviously, because we're going to want that dire floxin. But as soon as he gets out just a little bit over waist high, right there he would drown. So 1, 2, 3, I can start swimming back at him, and he's dead already. And so it's literally up to the person. I'll show you how fast they. Well, that was weird. Made me look really cool. I don't even know what happened. It was like it was a stretchy dude. So, 2, there is an actual daily here to kill them. It's one of those tempo missions. There's tempo missions all down these, by the way. And so that's important to know, right? The tempo missions are where you can get a bunch of daily skill. That's a lot of stuff. I believe a good amount of it seemed to be anatomy and stuff. I'm going to get this guy up in my face real quick. Well, he's on me. So we'll just take the one that's on me. See, here's our dodge skill. And see, my dodge isn't super high, so I'm not like trying to get you guys to get yourself into a situation. And see, even with this mini on me, watch this. And I'm not trying to show you how to dodge train here necessarily, but if you have a mission, like a little ring, right? We know we're going to recover this. I could wait till I see that we're stopping getting any skill points from them. So when I'm sweating, I only grab one, for the record. These guys, just like if you're piloting on a mothership, you know how the mobs run out of skills that they'll give you defensive skills on? Um, it's the same with mobs like this, too. And so we could have a big pack. I'll probably only let them wear me down a little bit. Take a little bit of dodge skill. I'm surprised they haven't gave me a little bit more. They also give you good athletics if you're just doing this, by the way. They're obviously not liking me right this second, though. They shouldn't be out of skill yet, by the way. We should still be getting skills from them. I'm gonna kill these guys and not just drown them off, but obviously you guys see we could just drown them off. Um, oh, sorry. I hate to waste that, but I'm gonna be wasting that. And with a single one of them, I really am gonna grab him, pull him over here like this. This is where we're gonna leave off. I'm gonna, of course, make sure to get you guys over to another Entropia person. I do hope you guys are having an amazing night, and peace and very best wishes.